Hello everyone, today is Earth Day, so we are going to do a lesson on Earth Day. We can learn more about where it came from, like why it started, when it started, and what you can all do to help out. So hopefully you are having an awesome day so far. I'm going to share the screen with you and turn on the sound so you can hear it if necessary. All right, so let's get into our news to you. And this one is about Greta Thunberg and Earth. I know we have talked about her before. She is one of a very prominent advocate. She really cheers on people when it comes to protecting the earth and climate change. And she was Time Magazine's Person of the Year. We have discussed her before in our classroom. And here's an article that we will come back to, but I want you to keep her in mind to think she is only 17 years old and she is doing a lot of really amazing things with climate change and getting people to hear. So just always remember you are never too young to make a difference, and no action is too small. So I'm going into holidays over in news to you. If you want to also do this or look at it later, you may do so. And we are going to find Earth Day, April 22nd, because it is the same every year. It is always on April 22nd. Just so happens to be on a Wednesday this week, or this year rather. So let's look at where it came from. And it started in 1970 by Wisconsin Senator, his name was Gaylord Nelson. He saw a lot of pollution in the earth even 50 years ago. And he wanted people to learn about the environment and how to keep Earth healthy. So he asked people to help clean up the earth, and more than 20 million people gathered to help. Now, if our entire class did it, that would be 16 of you. Can you imagine how much we could clean up with just 16 of us? And I think about 20 million people around the world. That is a ton of people helping to keep the earth clean. And that was 50 years ago. Since then, we have had a lot more trash all over, pollution in the oceans, in the lakes and rivers, air pollution. So on this day, we are going to think about ways we can help and do our part to keep the earth healthy, clean, and in as good a shape as it can be, because this is the only earth we have. So many countries now celebrate Earth Day. And if you were to go to the Facebook group, you would be able to see that I put up a map of all the different events of countries around the world that are celebrating Earth Day. It's pretty amazing to see. So all these little dots are an event that's going around on in their country. So the United States has a ton of them. Europe has a ton of them. Africa has some. South America, in Australia, and over here we have Sweden. And that, remember, is where Greta is from, the girl that Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 2020. So lots of different events if you want to go explore these. I think there's some different discussions you can listen in on, but it's really cool to see about all the different countries that are helping out as well and doing their part. So it's not just the United States or North America. It's been around for 50 years, and it's tons of countries now helping out. So many countries celebrate Earth Day, and people around the world learn how to care for the earth. People celebrate Earth Day by picking up litter, recycling trash, planting trees, and much more. The people make Earth cleaner and better. And hopefully by now you've gone on to our Facebook group and you have seen the poll that I put up of how you are going to contribute this Earth Day. If you are going to recycle, if you're going to go for a walk, pick up trash on your way, or just walk somewhere rather than driving a car or riding in a car, because a lot of cars pollute the earth with their emissions. It's just like the gas that comes out of them. So it kind of the more cars we have, the more it pollutes the earth. So they want you to take other ways of transportation. Carpooling with other people, you may take a train, a bus. Um, every person has their own role to play, and people make earth cleaner and better, or they can go the other way and dirty it up and make it unhealthy. So we want to remember today to do our part and make earth better. So more than 20 people have helped. The first Earth Day that was planned was April 22nd in 1970. And a guy named Senator Gaylord Nelson, again in Wisconsin, was the one that started it. Over 20 million people helped. We can do things like picking up litter. Here's a little visual for you. We can recycle trash, plant trees, and much more. So Earth Day teaches people to care for Earth, and it's also a really great reminder of how we can care for Earth. I will put this link up on our Facebook page as well, but here is a little game that you can play. And it shows how we can recycle, or it shows how things that can be put in compost, or things that are put in the trash if we can't recycle. So we are going to start. It's called turtlediary.com, and we are going to see if you guys know. So here's a piece of paper. Where would you put this? I think we're going to put it in white waste paper. Let's put it in our recycling. We got that right. Okay, how about yard waste? Now, we can't recycle it. It doesn't really go in the trash because compost means it breaks down. We are going to put it in the compost bin. We have 2 right so far. This is a paper bag. It can also be recycled. Toilet roll. I think we are going to put that in the trash. Wrong. Toilet paper roll. Paper, if it's used, you don't want to throw that in the trash. But you put the actual cardboard part in recycling. And a glass bottle will also go in recycling. So that's
fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. And there are more things. I know plastic bags are kind of a tricky one. Plastic bags we used to be able to recycle. Now we have to throw them in the trash because they get stuck in the conveyor belt when you're trying to recycle them. So if you guys want to continue and play this game on your own, I'll put the link so you can do that. In the meantime, we are going to, I'm going to stop this video and start another one doing Greta Thunberg for the lesson on her, how she is helping with climate control, climate change, and making people aware of it, and what you can do